It begins, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to reviewing for the AP biology test coming up. A little bit of coffee to help a little bit, right? Okay, so going forward, I want to talk about a couple of announcements to make sure that you know where we're going with this class. First off, I'm going to have my OFS hours normally now between 10 and 11 a.m. And of course, if there's something in particular you need to talk to me about outside of those times, please just email me at steveloverch@fthamiltonhs.org and I'll reach back to you and we'll try to set up something. Technically, we're not supposed to be using Zoom anymore, so if there are video conferencing, we'll be using Google Hangout, which is fine. I don't like it as much as Zoom functions, but it's something that we could do when it comes down to it. So there will be some classes scheduled on it, in more of a way for everybody to come together to make sure we're all on the same page. So here's details, here's announcements, here's part one, day one of your review. Okay, let's first talk about when the test is actually coming. Your test is going to be on May 18th at 2 p.m. Or if you can't do that, you could also do it June 3rd at 4 p.m. So AP Biology, you get to sleep in before you take the test. Isn't that nice? So cool. So it's nice knowing that you don't have to wake up at 8 o'clock when I'm sure all your schedules are now set to waking up at 11 or whenever you teenagers actually wake up. I'm now able to sleep all the way to 8 o'clock. I know, it's impressive. So there was an email that went out to everybody from College Board asking you to respond, letting us know whether or not you're taking the test. So far, the people that actually filled out that survey, we got Emily, Julia, Hamza, Madison, Rachel, Sammy, Benshi, and Zivali. Good job, adults. For everybody else, I would like you to please fill out that survey if you can. It should be through your school email. But if not, it was just asking what you're doing. As of right now, everyone in this class is currently registered to take the exam this year. All right. What topics are going to be on the exam? Units 1 through 6. Okay, which means no evolution, no ecology. Okay. So you have less things to study. Yay! Just so you know, with the test, sorry to go back, but with the test, make sure you log on to College Board. Make sure you check to see what classes you are signed up for to take the AP exam. This all should have been done like in November. Please check it out. Okay, please check it out. Double check. Okay. So let's talk about something, ladies and gentlemen. This is unprecedented times. It is hard to say that you would definitely know how you feel about taking this AP exam. But I need to say something. If you do not take the AP exam, I feel as if you have not completed the class, meaning you have an incomplete for this class. How does that affect your grade? I'm not sure. But I do not feel comfortable in any way giving you an exceptional grade if you didn't finish the class. I don't even think you should get credit for the class, but I am in no way saying I'm failing people if they don't take the test. And if there's something going on that you need to talk to me about, email me, communicate, be an adult, and I will definitely hear and listen what's going on, and I'll do my best to have your best interest in mind, okay? That being said, why should you take the test? All right? We're trapped inside, it's not going anywhere, there's nothing to do. Well, there's some really good reasons why I think now is a prime time for you to try and get some AP credits. First off, if you take this test, all right, which is only 2 questions, right? If you take this test and you get a 3, a 4, or a 5 out of 5 on the AP exam, you're getting college credit. Now, some of you are wonderful students. Some of you are fantastic people that are going and turning into hopefully what will be one of the heroes that we are currently seeing all the time, saving this country, saving this planet. And some of the programs you might be going into, especially if you are a biology major, they may not accept the credit for your biology degree unless you get like a 5. But hold on. That doesn't mean you don't get college credit for this class. That means when you go in, they give you 3 credits towards something else, like an elective or something like that. So this is still going to save you lots of money by taking the test and trying your best. I know every single one of my students has a fantastic ability in biology, and you can all get free college credits, or not free, super duper cheap college credits by just logging in and answering 2 questions for 45 minutes. You can do this, and I think it's a good decision that you do. So that's kind of how I feel about it. I think this is something that you could take advantage to, and if you do this right, you can actually make this test something that works for you. Again, it's much less to study, and it's only a few questions. It's only 2 questions. So if we do this right in the next month, you could be sitting there ready to go to get the best possible grade, because we're going to be practicing this stuff. Okay? So the 2 types of questions. It's 2 free response questions. And essentially how the test is going to go is that you're going to get 25 minutes to do the first one, the free response question, and that is going to be 25 minutes, and it counts for 65% of your grade. Okay? Remember, this test is going to be open notes. This test is going to be open computer. The way they're going to make sure you don't cheat is that I will get your responses sent to me. And if I think you cheated, I forward it to the College Board and say there's a problem with this test. I do not think a single one of my students should be foolish enough to think that I don't know when you cheat. So please don't, okay? There's ramifications, there's consequences if you cheat in an AP exam. Don't do it, please. Sorry for the Mario. It's really important to me that you try your best. And as we're going through this review, I mean, I've been throwing out some pretty easy assignments for you to make sure no one's freaked out about their GPA, right? So I need authentic studentship from you for the next month. No cheating, all right? No copying. Don't waste my time. Don't waste our time. You need to work together. You need to work with me to make sure you at least know where you're going to stand on this test, right? To see whether or not you're getting a 2 right now, we're struggling to get you to a 3 or to a 4, or whether or not you're getting a 4 right now, we're trying to get you to get a 5. The authentic answers you must really do. You're going to be practicing these type of questions. Time yourself. Do the best you can in 25 minutes. Don't just spend 3 hours on one question. We'll start slow. Don't worry. But when we get going, you're going to time yourself. You're going to do this for real, and we will be doing a practice exam where I'll be sitting there and give you a specific amount of time that I'll leave the question open, and then I'll grade it, and I'll tell you exactly how you got. So we got practice to go through. Okay, so the 2 type of questions. First one is the free response question. It is 25 minutes, 65%. So for this question, you will be presented with an authentic scenario accompanied by data and a table or a graph. The question assesses the student's ability to do the following: describe and explain biological concepts, processes, or models in an applied context. Identify and justify experimental design procedures. Analyze data and make and justify predictions. Okay? That's kind of like the lab reports were. The big ones, remember, where you had to go through and figure out your own lab and your own experiment in order to explore the different variables. The enzyme lab in particular screams in my brain right now. So I would spend a little bit of time with that lab, the lab manual online from College Board, and just start. That should be kind of your reference point on how you're going to be tackling these questions. I would read that as we're going through, or you could watch YouTube videos that explain the labs from Bozeman, or a few other of the YouTube videos that I'll be sharing with you that could make sure you're able to answer that question well. But again, 25 minutes to answer one of those questions is not a lot of time. Do not think that you could read through that whole question and then internet answers and then type answers in 25 minutes. Boys and girls, it's too much. It's going to be too much. You could look up certain things, I'm sure, with your phone, But please be very, very careful to not think that you could just show up and cheat or do something like that and get full credits on these. You won't. 25 minutes is not enough time. You know that. We did long answers in class. You know how much time it took you simply to answer 3 or 4 of them. That took you almost an hour and a half. Right now, 25 minutes for one question, it's going to be tight. All right, so question type 2 is going to be for 15 minutes and makes up 35% of your score. This one is going to be about an authentic scenario of a biological phenomenon with a disruption. The question assesses a student's ability to do the following. Describe a biological concept, process in an applied context. Same thing. Explain biological concepts or process in an applied context. Predict the causes and effects of a change in a biological system. Support and justify a claim with reasoning or evidence. And that's your whole test. Those are the 2 questions. All right? So one's going to be about, here's a whole set of lab stuff. Figure out how to answer this question. Figure out what's going on. The other one's going to be like, something happened and things are not working right. Why? Why is this going on? And to me, that immediately screams metabolism, cellular respiration, disease controlled by genetics, all these topics that we have talked about. And we're going to do our best now in the next 4 weeks to go and hit each unit and hit practice questions in each unit to go through and to make sure that we're all set to go. Going forward, how we're going to prepare for this, there will be a mix of group review, partner work, and also straight up class reviews where I kind of do something like this, or we all log into Google Hangout and to do that. The next class that we meet is going to be one of those days where we all log in and I go over the answers. I'm sorry. It was his birthday yesterday. I just needed to let you know. We all go in over the answers and we see where everybody is. Now remember, that's not the only form of contact with me. If you want to talk to me directly about a question, shoot me an email. I would love to video chat with you to go over what it means. But for right now, this is just the announcement portion. You know where we're going. If there's questions, let me know. I am going to be assigning your first free response question today. I expect you to have it done by tomorrow. Okay? By tomorrow, let's say about 1 o'clock. Okay? And I'll be posting another video going over the answers. So, you must submit your answer to the free response question by tomorrow at 1 o'clock. You will be getting graded on whether or not you submitted this question. Okay? Not how well you did on it. Not yet. That's coming. But I can't grade all these questions that much. So I will go over the first one. You'll have to do the work. You'll hand it to me. You'll submit it electronically on a Google Doc. You have 1 day to do it. No excuses. Okay? Then I'll go over the answers and how they find their grades and how they figure out whether or not you get a 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. Okay? That's so you can see how the grading works. And then going forward, you will be all mixing on whether or not you'll be writing the response or you'll be grading. You'll get credit for doing both of them. It's going to be a lot of work, but just remember, this is so much easier than if we had to remember all the year's biology, all the vocabulary words, 2,000 different words that all have complex meanings, plus math, plus labs. You can do this. This is straightforward stuff. So, with that being said, here goes. With this video, I am also going to be posting something, the first practice question. Good luck. Do your best.